What's up, guys? It's Mike with Innovation REI. We are back with our next video in this series about making an offer on a potential flip property. Now we're going to talk about your renovation cost. This video is probably going to be the most straightforward because there's really not a whole lot to it other than coming up with a good estimate for your renovations. So how do you guys do that? Well, it depends on your level, your experience level. If you're new and you don't know much about home improvement or anything like that, then just how I said, when you're trying to develop a good ARV, you need a good realtor. In this section of coming up with an offer, you need to have a really good general contractor or a really good repair company, remodeling company that you can trust, that's going to be able to give you some pretty accurate numbers on what to expect during this renovation. The other thing you need to know what's expected for a house similar to whatever you're working with. You need to know what the buyers are expecting for the price point that you hope to get for it. In other words, the ARV that you've already set for it. You need to know what people are expecting. Are they expecting laminate countertops, or are they expecting granite at that price? Are they expecting all new finishes, or are they just expecting a move-in ready house? You know, those type of things can swing your renovation thousands and thousands of dollars. And the fact is, anybody can go into a house with a $100,000 renovation budget, if you're just talking a normal sized home, and you can make the house amazing and it would sell, no doubt. But we aren't in the business of necessarily making the nicest houses. That's not what real estate investors and flippers are doing. We want to put out a great product, but we want everything to get the top return on your dollar that you spend. That's the goal of real estate investing. So of course, if every house I bought, I put everything in it brand new, granite countertops, high-end wood floors, $300 lights in every room, of course it would look better. There's no doubt it would look better than probably all the flips I would compete against, in my market at least. But it doesn't make sense because my houses are capping out at a certain dollar amount. So when you're coming up with a renovation, you need to have a plan for what you want those finishes to be. And again, it's going to run back to the ARV you selected. Are you trying to get top dollar, average run? That's something you and your realtor, when you're discussing ARV, you're going to discuss what finishes need to be in that house. Then you need to have a reliable remodeling company, general contractor, or a bunch of subs, whatever the case might be. That's how you want to run it. If you're going to watch over the entire process and you're pretty knowledgeable, you can sub everything out. It's going to be cheaper. If you don't know anything about home improvement or home repairs, then you probably should spend the money and get a general contractor or some type of site foreman that's going to oversee everything, because there's a lot of moving parts. We always recommend, if you're a new investor, to get multiple bids. You guys, I'm not kidding when I'm telling you the price swings on some of the quotes you'll get are astronomical. Sometimes it's because you're getting what you pay for, and one company is really good and going to do a good job, and another company is pretty crappy and going to do a terrible job. But a lot of times, these bigger name companies, they're not doing any better work than the middle grade companies, the smaller ones. But they're charging literally double and triple on some things like roofs and siding and windows. So it's very important to get a number of estimates, a number of quotes, and figure out which one's going to work for you. Don't always go for the lowest. Obviously, it shouldn't be so low that it raises eyebrows. Like, how could they even make this look good for that price? But you should pull in a number of quotes, evaluate the work. You should always try to ask for references, ask for websites, numbers of past customers, photos of past jobs. The fact of the matter, if they're serious con men, they can probably fool you with all that stuff, but you have to at least try. You have to at least do your due diligence to determine if you think they're a legitimate company doing legitimate work. Also, it's great, just mingling with other real estate investors, other realtors, anybody involved in real estate. They probably have a pretty good inside scoop of who you can trust and who you can't. It doesn't take that long for reputations to get around on people. It really doesn't. So if you pay attention, you can probably figure it out pretty easily. But anyway, take those bids, determine who you want to go with, and you're going to have to trust those bids. If you're not a home improvement guy, you're going to have to trust what that is as far as your renovation number. It never hurts to put a little miscellaneous line in there for a couple $1,000s. Again, depending on your market, you may not be able to just add in crazy miscellaneous funds on your renovation, because obviously as those numbers go up, your offer goes down, and you have to make sure that your offer is competitive in order to win any bids. But anyway, like I said, that's probably the most straightforward renovation. Get some estimates, get some quotes, talk to your realtor, figure out your finishes, and put a number on the paper next to that line for what you expect the renovation to be. You guys tune in for the next video. We're going to talk about setting your profit margins, figuring out what you want to make on this property, and put it all together for an example case of putting an offer in on a potential property. We'll talk to you guys next time.